I am live. And it actually looks okay. Hello. I will give it a moment. See if anybody joins me. I'm a couple minutes early. Welcome. Hi, Kathleen. I think maybe Amy's still here. Hi, Amy. Hi, Kathleen. Long time no see. I know. And it almost didn't happen again. You guys, this job is consuming me. What did I do? I don't know. I can do it. I gotta get it together a little more. I'm good. Hi, Donita. Hi, Amy D. Yay, I got both Amy's here. Hola, ¿cómo está? How's it going? Apparently now I'm multicultural. Welcome to my peaceful atmosphere. That's what I'm shooting for. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I worked a very long day today. I literally just got home about an hour ago. And it was a weird day, and I didn't have a break. I didn't eat all day, and so I'm drinking my soup. And I had chips. Not good. Thank you. I love them too. I haven't finished setting them all up, but I really love them too. She loves my lights. I'm actually really excited about them. I got two different things going on with it. Let me try to dim them just a little. I'm still learning them. No? See? But I have two things going, and one remote affects them both. And so it's kind of like wonky. I'm like, no, thank you. There. That's a little better. Okay. So, yeah. I officially do have 3 clients as well. I'm not kidding you. I go from one client to another client to another all day long. It's what I do. I don't really get a break. And it's nuts. And I'm like, holy heck, my body hurts so bad. So I may be a little, I don't know. Let's go with the flow. That's all I can say. So I'm so good to see all of you. I love the new lights too, as I said. I'm going to keep playing with it, moving things. I just keep imagining like my new house. That'll come. So, yeah, I might be eating soup, drinking soup, and water. So forgive that. It is what it is. How's everybody going? Does that make sense? See what I mean? How's everything going? How's everybody doing? How's the energy flowing? I'm going to tell you, it's really nuts. Oh, good news today, you guys. Some really, really, really good news I'm going to share out of my parts of the world. I went to work today, and right away they were like, no masks. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? And they're like, no masks. And I'm like, wait, what? None of us wanted to believe it. We were all so confused. We all had to wait for the email, right? It's not official. That's where we work. We work with HIPAA. We work with kids. It's not official. But we got the email, and everything's done. We don't have to separate anymore. I need to learn pranic healing. Cool. Maybe. I learned what I need to learn as I need to learn it. Maybe I already know. I don't know. Yes, me too, Donita. Absolutely. So what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So there's no more mask mandate. It's done. It doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not. It doesn't matter. They took it away today. And where I work, we could only allow 5 kiddos per room. And sometimes there's more adults, but only 5 kiddos per room. And so we had to really regulate our environment. And that went away today too. And I'm like, this goes with what I said too. I said by April, it was going to start going away. And sure enough, here we are, June 1st, in state of Colorado, or at least Colorado Springs. I don't know if it's the whole entire state, but we are no longer mask mandating. Completely done. I'm so excited. It may be to where businesses, I think people can still choose to if they so wish to, right? And I did see a couple people who were too afraid to take their mask off. Yes, Kathleen, it's coming. Just know that it's coming eventually. For sure. I've been saying that, and it's just coming one by one, right? Everything has to be in pieces, and it's super frustrating. It is frustrating when we have to live in that energy, right? So Amy H tells me it's hello crazy energy right now. Hello crazy. I know, me too. I don't know if that's hello crazy energy. I got it both ways. Just feels like it's jumping out of her skin. Yeah, I don't know. You know how I told you like I was feeling that euphoric? I still am feeling it. It's like these bursts of just like today was a shitty day, and still all day I'm just like like I don't know what's going on. And I've noticed that, but with others, they're having different experiences, right? And so there is there's crazy energy coming in. Absolutely, for sure. And you're going to feel it in many ways. I can look into that a little bit for you too, Amy, as I go. I suppose I can pull a message for the collective also. And let's see what else is going on. That was such a positive. It was such a positive, you guys. There is so much positive. I feel like it's depending upon where you're at on your journey, right? Either way, I'm hearing there's changes going on. So just, all right. I can't figure out what deck I need. Give me just a second. I'm getting mixed signals. What's going on here? Okay. That's weird. Let me see. There's weird energy. It's funny you say that, Amy H. Give me a second. I'm going to comment on that comment because that goes with what I've been going through. Okay. I might be ahead of people if I've brought about a lot of these changes. And so I'm trying to understand that as well. But I'm going to tell you what I've been experiencing also. I don't know why the cards are being picky. Somebody here's being picky. Is that what I'm hearing? Do we got some picky energy coming? Picky energy at play. All right. Okay, guys. Let's see. So what I'm hearing is essence is required. Look into the word essence. They need your essence. Just tune into your essence. Tune into your essence. Sometimes I feel like we get too busy and we miss the tone. We miss the message. That's what Spirit's saying. Somebody may have missed a message, but I feel like this is in general. Okay. I feel like, again, we're in our conscious, like if we're thinking about it, there's a problem. It's like my child, one of my children. God love him to death. He likes to, I call him like the analyzer, right? Like he's going to plan out everything he does, but you think he actually gets that done, right? It's like about thinking about it. Stop thinking about it, right? The only thing Nike did that I truly agreed with was their damn logo. Just do it is true. See, and that's kind of what I saw, Amy, is like the hustle and bustle and the busy at work. And I feel that too. I've been busy at work as well. But I feel like for me, this message is not relevant as much as it is for you. But it's also the collective, okay? We think too much. That's Spirit's message. We think too much. Everything's about thinking. I'm going to pick this apart. Oh, you're not too bad, Jacinth. It's a little late, but honestly, I've been going really slow, and it's 22222 right then when I say that. But when we're thinking, we're not in our bodies, okay? So it's super important to find that time. And so also, Amy, is if you can't make the time, right? If you can't take a day off, then create the time. So take a moment in the morning. You just got to do it. You got to make the time. Life is all about what we make it. And so if it's more time you want, then I would definitely start there. It's about our intentions. You've got to get out of that limited space and the old ways of doing things. And I don't know how this turned into you message, but apparently it is a little bit more geared towards you. But I also feel like it's a collective thing. Definitely need to get out of our head about everything. Look at it this way, and it may be intimate. If you don't want to hear it, do the little kiddo dial, right? Turn your dial down, leave the room, whatever you want to do. Think about it when you're having sex, making love, whatever you want to call it, bumping the skins, going the grinds, whatever is appropriate for you to hear. Consider me saying it that way. I like that. That works. It's just like in that moment. Does good sex occur when they're constantly going 1, 2, 3, or push, pull, whatever it is? If they're in their headspace, is that pleasant? Like when they're trying to think about kissing, is it a good kiss? When you're trying to think about love, am I in love? Am I in love? What the hell? Probably not. I don't know why you're, yeah, definitely. Well, my kiddos are actually really cool. So yeah, but I'm good with that. Really, I mean, doing my maintenance and things, I've been doing pretty well with that. Good looking out, though, I suppose. But we think too much, you guys. Think about that, okay? It's like the rhythm. Are we thinking about dancing, or are you tuning in and are you feeling the movement, okay? Those kinds of things. Are you tuning in and are you feeling the movement? Super important to consider. Think about it that way. And I feel like that has everything to do with essence, even though it may not seem like it does. You won't know your essence if you're in your headspace, okay? If you want to know how to have good sex, I really did just apparently give advice on that as well. Get out of your damn head, okay? How does it feel? How are they feeling? You want to know how they're feeling? Pay attention to their body. Pay attention to their subtle facial cues, not the ones they're trying to project, the ones they naturally do without noticing. Then you'll have your answers. I don't know how this came to that. Apparently it needed to be there. Yeah. Well, it makes sense because as we go into higher energy frequencies within the world, I don't care who you are, I don't care if you believe it, it's what's happening. Things are going to change for you. And if you can't tune into your body, you might feel like a fish out of water. You might start to feel like I don't like this reference, but it's what I see, like the nerd, right? Like that one, like, I don't know how to kiss. Like I've never, like 40-year-old virgin type style. Goofy in your head, count your steps. You're missing the point. There's your difference. All right? Think about that. And I don't think I'm a priestess, Roger. I don't know. I don't think I'm a priestess. It actually does not fit when you say that. Total different from that one. I like that reference point, but there's just something about it. And I'm like, no, not quite it. You're kind of missing that mark, right? But what is a priestess? I don't know. Maybe I have some of that. Maybe so. But I feel like it's just super important to tune in to who you are on a different frequency. Stop thinking about things and start feeling everything. Now you say, okay, but you tell me to stay out of my emotions. I hear that as well. So that's a different thing. Okay. When our emotions go, woof, they can take over, right? And then everything can change. And so it's learning to control that wave of emotions is really what it is. Once you pass that wave of intense emotions, it's like the hormone surge. Everything kind of calms down and then you can think clearly again. But it is really, truly a balance. So that's part of the message. Let's see what the cards have to say right quick. I don't know. There's definitely a weirdness in the air. Sometimes spirit is saying, so I'm like, how do I, okay, so sometimes the best thing to do when you don't know what to do is nothing. That's because you're not supposed to do anything. And that's another thing I'm also hearing. Okay, if you're not getting an answer, maybe you're not supposed to. Or maybe you're supposed to do a little more searching within instead of without. Again, out of your head, stop thinking, start feeling. I don't care who you are. If you go into a crowd, how do you feel? It's going to tell you the energy of that crowd, but you can't be feeling it if you're up in here, right? Does that all make sense? Hope that resonated with somebody. And as I was talking about that, I outfell the temple path, okay? And what this truly means is there's like a lot of different parts of your path that all lead to the same space, that all have a similar needed outcome, even if some of the details are a little bit different depending upon which path you take. But each path, it's like that spiral. There's no straight path, okay? There is no straight path. Somebody has to hear that again. There's never a straight path. Sometimes we think it's supposed to be one way, but it's actually not, okay? All right. So with that being said, I'm super exhausted. My job is data too, you guys. And another weird thing is I don't even know how to handle this. It was like the weirdest, craziest day, but it really didn't affect me in a negative way. I just kind of ran with it. And I'm like, screw this. I'm taking charge, right? If I need coffee, I'm getting damn coffee. Like my client's going with me. I don't care. Like that is what it is. I gave up my lunch and everything. That's how today went. It was nuts. And then on top of that, we have to do this data and we have to what they call convert. And I couldn't convert 2 sessions. And so I feel like I totally couldn't finish. Hi, Amy D. My thing. And it was just the weirdest day. And so that's definitely in the air. Just weirdness, just weird shifts occurring. Like weirdness. I'm not kidding you. I can't even. So whatever it is, the only thing I can tell you is what I'm trying to say is I feel like there's multiple scenarios going on at once. So in order to deliver a collective message, it's like delivering 200, okay, to be more accurate. So take out of these what you wish to receive. And that's kind of what Spirit's telling me is we're all in different spots right now, whatever it is. It's like a challenge being presented, something that we need to do, something that we need to tune into, or better yet, do the opposite of and stop tuning in so much to. And that goes exactly with what I just said. So these two also went flying out every time I tried to shuffle that deck. No wonder I was all deck weird. It's man holding a coin. Okay. Whoa. Where's the camera? I moved it. Sorry. Man holding a coin. I don't know why it's backwards. What else? Sometimes this card can mean different things, all right? It really, truly can represent there's a masculine energy that holds the power for money, okay? This also tells me that if you are a man, that you have all the power in the world to make your own money, to make your world work the way you need it to work. Also, this can be a warning, not a warning, just a heads up of a new mentor coming through in the male masculine form. Okay, but be a little bit lenient on the meaning of that, all right? But sometimes what I'm also hearing with this one this time, you guys, is especially as females, sometimes I'm a girly girl. I really am like a tough ass biatch, but I'm a girly girl all at the same time. I come from an old school environment. My ex-husband wanted me at home for 10 years. Okay, so I lived that way. Like, please your husband, take care of kids, not leave the house for 10 years mentality. Okay, and it's like, I definitely did not have any balance, or what I would call like masculine thought processing. I would call it that, right? It was all like this for me, this feminine imbalance within the money realm type of a thing. And so this is also calling for a balance within the masculine and feminine energy within the way you think about money. If that makes, I hope I delivered that properly. Be careful how you think about money. Are you too lopsided, either in feminine or masculine energy? Make sure you're balancing that out as well. Because if you can tap into a little bit more structured energetic form, look up masculine energy, what it represents. That might be your answer. Okay. That's really what I'm hearing, because it's not like we want to look outside for somebody to solve our damn problems. That's not the answer, ever. Ever is that the answer. Granted, we need people. That's not to say we don't need people, okay? But if you're always constantly searching outside, again, you're going to miss that damn mark. Sometimes the answers are within, right? I hope that makes sense. That was a little layered. Then we have door to personal healing and happiness, all right? I moved the camera. It's really throwing me off. Door to personal healing and happiness. And I didn't turn the light on it. Deal with that. This card really does represent a connection of a different kind, taking a different path. Oh my God, you guys, my back is itching. Sorry. Taking a different path, a connection of a different kind, right? Different, like that spiritual connection of a sort. I'm really drawn to the rainbow, the different colors of life, different aspects of source. Okay, that's really what I'm hearing here. Door to personal healing and happiness. All right. Get out of your head. Open the connection within. That's really what this all means. Super important. Gotta do it. Perfect. Good. I deliver what they tell me, you guys. Even if it may be wonky, I'm sure somebody has to hear it. So if it's not for you, no worries. But it is for somebody somewhere, right? All right. And then I also got the card pressure. Okay, so things come at you in order to make things happen. You can look at it in an awakening state. So when I awakened, my awakening was caused by trauma. Okay, a lot of people had that. That used to be the way more commonly than it was this last year or two. Now a lot of people are having spontaneous awakenings, right? But it's like pressure. Things build, things push and push and push to make you finally wake up into a different perspective and to doing things differently. The definition of basically crazy is doing the same things over and over, expecting a different outcome. Okay. And so that's what I'm hearing here too. It's like, why do we do things the same way, expecting something to be different? Why do we wait for people or external sources to change our internal environment when the key is really within you? Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah. Spirit always knows what's up, even if I'm like, you really want me to say this, right? I learned to just ride with the tides. All right. And then we have believe. This is such a beautiful card. Believe. Like, nothing happens unless you believe in the damn thing anyways. So Spirit keeps telling me, oh, there's a guy coming. Oh, I'm like, shut up. No, there's not. Like, I gave up on that a long time ago. What's going to happen when we do that? When I do that? And Spirit's been nudging. And I'm like, no. You've got to believe. Otherwise, you're going to create what you believe in. It's like that. You think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Then you can. If you think you can, you can't. If you think you can't, you can't. I didn't say that right, did I? If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, then you can't. Period. Period. You push it away. That's right, Amy H. You push it away. right? We've really got to simplify things. We've really got to stop analyzing the crap out of things. I feel like everybody in the world is a regular psychologist now. And at points we've had to be. Why wouldn't we be? We've lived in the Truman Show. Have you guys watched that movie again since you realized who I am? Those of you who've worked with me, who've watched these things, who've experienced them. Have you guys watched the Truman Show since then? I watched that movie and I'm like, holy shit. They mention everything that I did, pretty much. It's crazy. It's crazy. The relevance in that. I'm like, how did they were telling you. And I've told you, that's what they've always done. They tell you what they're going to do, and then they do it to you. And the effed up part is they would make you pay for that entertainment. And one of these kiddos, he's 4, and all I keep hearing zombies. And I'm like, oh, good Lord almighty. Can we get him to script something else? Yeah. Donnie says, I have. Cray. Yes, exactly. Right. So Donita did watch the movie and she's like, cray. I'm saying it was the nuts. There's living in the freaking moon. Like, then he talks about he wants to go to Fiji. He's got to go to Fiji. And I'm like, when I did Fiji, you guys, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. And Pamela's like, why are we going to Fiji? And I'm like, I don't know. And when she questioned me, I questioned myself. I'm like, what's Fiji? So then I looked into it. Then it started making more sense. Then when I did the workshop, I was like, oh, whoa. Yeah, see? Amy's like, Jaco was talking about the pyramids and the energy they house the other day. I'm telling you. Everything. Oh, here's another thing okay, tell me who did my workshop. You guys got to tell me, those who were with me, where I talked about when I went into the waters of Atlantis. I don't know if I was doing Fiji. I don't know if I was active. What the hell I was doing. I can't remember. Please, somebody help me remember this that did my workshop. I went in the water of Atlantis and I undocked this massive spaceship. And I told you, I can see people in it. You must watch it, Jacinth. You've got to watch the Truman Show. You're going to be like, holy hell. Okay, and I had even mentioned that on one of my videos within this last year of how Spirit had said it's like the Truman Show. And then I eventually watched it recently. I'm like, holy shit. But I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean in my meditation. This was in one of my workshops, okay? Please, if anybody can remember a little more details, because I'm a little fuzzy on it. And I went down in the middle of Atlantic Ocean, and there was this massive spaceship. And I'm like, I can see the people, but they weren't people. But I could see them inside. It was like they were in the air, right? But they were in the water. So they didn't have like helmets on. They weren't breathing water. They were literally in this gosh dang space. And it was huge. And it was docked into the rockway, I think. Whatever it was in the bottom of the ocean. Because I remember before I did the work, I had to undock it. The Atlantic Ocean. Was that what I said? Okay. So Amy remembers. All right. And I had to like undock it. That's being talked about now. So there was a message I was going to share with you guys if I'd have done it through Zoom. That's going to be coming out. That's being talked about now. It's supposed to be or expected to be coming out soon in public view that there is a spaceship underneath the Atlantic Ocean. So I ask you, did it not redock? Like, why that one? What's going on? Like, I don't know what the reference is there, why it's relevant. But I shit you not, this happened like 6 months ago for me. I'm not even sure. Do you even remember, Amy, which one that was? Was that like the beginning of Fiji activation? What the hell was that? But there was a spaceship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And now that's supposed to come out for public eye. And I'm like, I undocked it. I pulled that shit out of the wall so I could activate what I needed to activate. Yeah, so they have talked about the spaceships going in and out of it. Yes, but there's like a big mothership in there, and that's the one I undocked. And I feel like that's going to somehow come out, and that's what's been talked about. And I don't, like to put time frames because as I've mentioned several times before, there's falsehoods of time. Spirit works in a different time frame. The more you push against the time and you think about it, the more we slow time down. You're in control of it. And that's Spirit's message too, is like, we are in control of this time thing. It was the second or third pyramid one. Okay, so it wasn't during Fiji. All right. because I did a few. I've done so many of them now. I'm totally lost at times, but you're remembering, so that's awesome. Thank you. So I'll have to look into which one it was. Second or third pyramid one. You guys, I don't even know how many pyramids there were, like 7, 8 to 11, somewhere in there. I'm not even sure. I should know these. I did them, but again, I did them channeling, not thinking about them. I did them subconsciously, not consciously, really. So that's that. I think that's a really good message. I really, truly do. And Spirit's like, come on, let's just stop thinking. Stop thinking and just do it. Stop thinking about, am I going to meet him today? And just be in that feeling of imagining, feeling what it's going to feel like. Okay? That's the difference. Yeah, aliens were in a spaceship docked deep under the Atlantic Ocean. I had to undock it. That's what I remember the most. I remember seeing this thing. It was massive. And I pulled it out of the rock in order to activate the pyramids that I was activating at that time. Otherwise, I feel like I would have, I don't know what would have happened to it, or it would have blocked me. I don't know. Oh, yep. Amy says she was just listening to the Secret Universe, and Pleiadians have announced they are here and what we can expect very soon. Yes, I saw that as well. And there's actually, the Pentagon is supposed to come out with a report about the alien sightings. And so it's all happening. But I'll be really curious and be like, holy hell, I undocked the big one in the Atlantic Ocean when that comes out, if that does. That's going to be like, woohoo, because I saw it. I already seen it. And so I can't wait to actually see a real visual of what I've seen, because I pulled it out of the rock. So that was exciting. There is shifts occurring. I keep seeing the president pop up, you guys. Emails are coming back again. President Trump. They're still investigating the other stuff, the voting stuff. And so, that's that. Don't get complacent. We can't think that everything's done, nothing's happening. Okay, give us that time. The more we think about it, the more we're in our headspace about it, the slower the process of anything, okay? The more we think about, am I going to meet him now? When am I going to meet somebody? Am I going to meet them now? What's going to happen to me? Is this going to happen? The more we block it from happening. And that's just for everything. I need money. Oh my God, I need money now. Oh my God. And so, nope, let's change that and go, okay, I'm sending this out. Bring this to me. And then start in the actions and the flow of, I've got this. It's coming. I'm happy. I'm excited. And one thing I've always taught the people who follow me, and anybody who's willing to listen, getting creative taps into a different flow for abundance and for manifesting. I don't care what kind you're trying to do, get creative. It's a different energy. It's a different opening, okay? And that's why I've done, how many workshops did we do where it was about tapping into the creative artist in you type scenario, because it's very healing. There's something about that. That's one way to really learn how to drop out of your head. It really, truly is. Okay. If you're in the flow of singing, if you're in the flow of painting, like in the flow, not thinking about it, just going, and the next thing you know, you've done that, right? Like it's in the flow. Then you're not in your head. You're in your body. Okay. That's where miracles happen. That's where instantaneous things occur. Those gurus, the ones who claim to be gurus, right? You guys don't even know. Spirit keeps pushing me to be a coach. That's what I am. I'm a guide. I'm a life coach. You could put the title guru. I don't like that title. I feel like that's a manipulation tactic. I don't have to tell you that I know all these things. Either you're open to it or not. And that's the way I feel about them, okay? And that's kind of what we're trying to get with the energy as well. It's like we don't have to control it. We're just open. That's what they do. They sit in nothingness. They don't push. They don't pull. They don't do anything. They allow. The only thing they're really going to ever focus on, you guys, this is the only thing I ever focus on, is my body, my breath, my chest, my loins. Straight up. Don't be afraid of your body, okay? Tapping into your body is the key. Tapping into source, the alignment in the center, allowing things to move, even in your legs, your feet, your arms. Get out of our head. What always boggled me, and granted, I'm a healer like no other, not kidding, okay? I can see inwards, I can do medical healing. It's true. I've done it many times now. The thing that always bothered me, though, as a kid, before I knew that side of myself, I didn't understand how, as a kid, we can be born into this vessel, this body, this thing that feels so weird and foreign, yet we don't understand it. We don't have the answers inside. We're searching outside to these medical professionals who know more than we do about our insides. That's as my kid perspective. I never understood that. Because it's a false reality, okay? It's a false reality. Unless you can find a healer that can tune into your insides. We're out there. There's plenty like me, not just me. I just saw 555. I go deep, yes. It's a false reality to have somebody else know more about you than you already do. We were constantly set up with the concept from God to the medical to psychology. All of our answers are found outside of us. Help me. Help me. Please. You have the answers that I need. But it's ass backwards. Granted, again, there's balance there. We do need each other. We do. We're that kind of species. We help each other. We help each other grow. That's what I'm here. I'm not saying that. We have just been so detached from our vessel, from our abilities, from who we are, from where God truly is. He's not outside of us. He's inside. We all house that light to be here. It's like source light, the creator of all that is. We all have that light. If you're alive and you're breathing, you have that light in you. Why do you think we're all connected? That's part of an awakening journey. You realize just how connected we truly all are. And when one thing, I'm going to tell you because I can feel it to my core. When anything falls away from Creator, it hurts, and I can cry. Like it's very painful to source, and that's what I feel. Okay, that's how deep it is. It's like we are all connected. We all affect each other. Everything can be dialed into on the inside, not on the outside. Nothing is outside. That's what medications do. They block off everything. They block off everything. Block it off, block it off, block it off. Shroud it out. That does nothing. Okay. Is this making sense? There's a lot of answers in here for like almost every question you can possibly house if you're open to receiving it. It's true. Okay. If you're not sure what to believe in, shut everything else out. All right. Stop thinking. Go in here. All right. If you're not sure if you're doing it, you're not, because you're thinking about it. Is good kissing going? Am I kissing right? My lips need to be like this. My tongue needs to be like this. Like, stop thinking. Feel it through. That's where the best things are. That's where ascension lies. That's where an awakening lies. When my dad died, I stopped going outward. Nothing I cared about in the world was on the external anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That's what sparked it. I watched my dad die slowly for days. Give me just a second. Thank you, you guys. I'm on my live and we can hear you. I'm sorry. Okay. Leroy, stop. I'm almost done. Thank you. Okay. Sorry. I have 3 jobs. My kids remind me of this all the time. Single mom. Then I have 3 clients. So actually I have 6 kids. That's nothing new. All right. So I don't remember where I was. Does that make sense? So Jacinth says, yeah, there is always a delay a lot of times. So that's nothing. That happens a lot. And so Spirit's message truly lies within get out of your head space. Everything you need to know, you already have. You already have it. We designed everything out. We mapped it out. That's what astrology is, which I'm starting to see in my head, you guys. I did a reading last week. So on the weekends, I'm still doing sessions, by the way. I'm still doing healing sessions on the weekend. So I work all week with my other clients. Then on the weekends, I'm doing healing sessions and trying to make sure I take my kids to the Y. And so that's what's really going on. But I was doing one last weekend. And in that, her chart started popping up. And I quickly tuned out. I'm like, whoa, it just was not. I just got the message I needed. It wasn't like I spent time looking at it, but I can start to see like this 3D energetic version of the map we create when we come here. That's really what it is. Amy H says perfect sense. Yep. And so Amy H, I ask you, if we're constantly moving, do we have time to stop thinking? Do we have that time to stop thinking and feel? I can't when I'm with my clients a lot, right? It would be really weird if I'm like, oh, wait, I need to go over there and ground right quick. So my clients will be like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or run away. Like, that's my perfect time to be bad. I don't know what you're talking about, lady. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, we don't always have that time. So we're constantly running. It's not there. We've got to create that moment. And either you do it before work or you do it after work. Or you make sure that you go in and you do something regarding your schedule. Take power back. And that's what I did with work too. And granted, it backfired. Here's what I did, y'all. I went in and I'm like, here's a change of hours. I want these many hours, 6 hours a day. Because that would be enough. I can work part-time and use that to pay my bills, and everything else would be free time and free money and free whatever. It didn't work out that way. I literally signed that and turned it in, and something happened, and I ended up with a 9 to 5, 3 clients back to back, boom, boom, boom. But I couldn't say no. That was my choice. Like, I did decide to do it because there's a reason I'm here, and it's for the kiddos. These are awesome kiddos who really need somebody, right? And so that's why I did it. But it's truly the case where you can take your power back. Do you really need that many hours? What can you do to make that situation a little better? Do it when you're on the shit. Bathroom was my sanctuary-ish. Tried to make it that way. Let's just put it that way. It didn't always work out. A bathroom is a good place. I actually remember upon my awakening, Amy, because I am a single mom. Okay. And this was back when all 3 of mine were still at home. That's funny. I would go to the bathroom and I would meditate in there, and I would literally sit on the toilet and meditate. And that's where I had my Kundalini awakening. I shit you not. It was a process, right? It's always a process. Everybody thinks things are easy, and everybody thinks somebody can do it for you. But that's not always the case. And so it happen when I was meditating in the bathroom. Again, for the empty, it was every morning I was doing this. And Amy, I'm talking maybe 30 minutes. Okay. You guys, we don't have to sit there and spend a lifetime. Why are you thinking about it? When meditation takes over, time takes over. You do what you need to do. I remember one time I went into meditation and I came out of it and it was like a half an hour had passed. And I'm like, whoa, where did that time go? All I did was visit a tree that Metatron took me to. And it just seemed like a minute compared to coming out of it and it being a half an hour, 45 minutes. Yes, Amy's right. Sometimes the bathroom is the only quiet place and people will leave you alone. Sometimes. Not when you have littles, right? Mine are older now, but even my daughter will come in sometimes. Mom! But sometimes it is the place you can go as the bathroom. You find it, you create it, and then you take more, right? And then you take more. Because what's wrong with taking care of yourself? That's like I said today, if I don't take care of myself, I'm not going to do my client any good. Their work starts jumbling up in my head. I run their programs, you guys. That's what I do. And so I have all these things that I'm running, and I'm taking data, and I'm managing behaviors, managing the environments. I'm a behavioral tech. This is what I do. It's really... Where was I going? I don't even remember. I don't even know. There's just so much. Oh yeah, and I told him if I don't take care of myself, it's like today I had to go and I had to give up my lunch break, and I'm like, you guys realize by the end of the day I'm mush. Like this poor kid, if I try to mess up his work, it's going to teach him the wrong way, and then we're both screwed. And then I'm having to do like damage control. Unteaching is harder than teaching, let me tell you. Especially when you're dealing with kiddos who are not quite as easily learning as we all can be, okay? It's just hard. And so we have to take care of ourselves first, or we're screwed. We're not going to do anybody else any good. You're not going to do your husband any good. You can't have good sex if you're tired. She's trying to hide in the bathroom and daughter would slip notes on the door. Yes. Yep. Straight up that too. Yeah. My ex-husband, he was abusive. That was a whole different story. I would run there and he would still get in there too. So it's not always an ability, but yeah, we find places. Bathroom, an attic, leave, go in your car. We have more freedom than we give ourselves. We attach ourselves to so many other things. And that's another thing Spirit was showing me earlier, is like we attach ourselves to so many other things outside of what's truly important. Think about it this way. You are here in a limited space. Okay, we're here in a limited space. What the hell are we doing? What the hell have we been doing? What have we been wasting it on? Not everybody's wasting it. I feel like the best thing you can do really truly is love yourself. Not hurt yourself. Okay, there's that definition. Define loving yourself. Make sure it's the right tune. Okay. Yes. Yep. Self-care in order to give back to others. You guys, again, if I don't, I'm in trouble. And what really sucks is as a mom, I'm a kind of mom where I was a stay-at-home mom. My oldest especially had me alone for the longest time, and they become better human beings for it. I am not a mom who wants to give my kids away, right? Like, I don't want you raising my kid. Get the fuck away from my kid. Like, what are you teaching my kid, right? Like, I don't know. And it sucks being a mom because we have to allow space for that separation and to not always be able to be there, right? And so trying to still create that balance of, oh, I'm here for you, and keeping myself good to go. Super hard, right? It is super hard. It's just super hard. And this is for everybody. What's important? Create your space, create your reality. Right now, I know for me what's important, and that's what I'm doing. Okay. And that's what Spirit wants us all to do. It's truly the case. It truly is the case. Nothing is outside of you. Everything is inside of you. Where is resistance? Think about resistance. Where does resistance lie? Yep. Good cop and bad cop. I don't even look at it that way at all, actually. As a behavioral person, to me, making sure that you have structure is love, right? So that's all good. So I really don't look at it as a good cop, bad cop thing. What I look at it as is if I'm not explaining processes to my children and I'm dictating, that to me would be the bad cop. I'm not a dictator. I'm their teacher. I'm their caregiver, their nurturer, and they were my gift to give them what I have to give them and make sure they come out strong and capable with everything that I could do and be for them so that they can do what they need to do and be in the best manner that they can. Not that we don't make mistakes, right? Does that make sense? It's like, what a waste if I don't teach them what I have to teach them, give them the tools that they need, and then be able to set them free. And so that's kind of how I look at it. It's like I explain everything. Like, I'm not just your dictator. You need to know what the heck is going on, little dude, so that you can be over here doing your thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is why we do what we do. Like, I don't need to protect you. I'm going to educate you. Resistance is mostly in my head. Just exactly. Resistance is all in your head. Well, you're right. Mostly, I would say, too, because you can have blocked energy, which creates a resistance. Okay, but it all does go back to the headspace. It truly does. What does it mean again when a black cat visits your house? Well, Roger, that's all in the eye of the beholder, my friend. Personally, to me, a black cat, the best cat that I ever had was pure black. She found me walking in an alleyway. I was 15. Not a good situation. 15, nighttime, walking around Colorado Springs in the alleyways. Anyways, like nobody knew where I was. I was out walking for hours outside. And this cute little black kitten followed me all the way home. And I felt protected. I felt safe because of the presence of this cat. And that cat stayed with me for years. And I named her Mama Cat. I named her Mary Jane. I was like 15. Then I would say that black cat happens to be of a black color. And it's just a cat who wanted to have kittens and felt safe to do so in that space. However, I would be careful because I feel like you're going to have like a cat situation going on. That's all that really means. Whatever anything means is what we put into it. It's like I could say crows have meaning where the person next to me could be like, you're crazy. It's just a damn bird. Right? Cats are also related to Egyptian, right? Egyptian ties. There's with the pharaoh, the cat. Black cat is supposed to have magic. Cats in general, I don't care what color they are. Whatever reason the black one got associated with it is beyond me. Maybe they did have a special connection. Maybe it was that was main breed at that time. I think it's that. I feel like it's that. I feel like that was just the main cat at that time. That was the one that she related to. I felt like they kind of looked alike. But cats in general have a certain healing ability about them. They have a certain ability to connect and communicate at a different level than dogs do. Like you can even look at it and see it, whether you're like me or not. Okay. And so there is that aspect. Cats can be healing. Cats can bring nurturing when needed. All animals can, though. It's not just limited to cats. But if you're looking at what's negative and what's not negative, then I would definitely say we've got some connections to some things that we may not just want to be tied to anymore, right? The old ways of thinking. Because everything is all what you make it. Just like the number 13. Do you guys really think the number 13 is a bad number? It's associated with power and gods and goddesses. Look at Fiji. How many islands were in Fiji? Which I didn't know at first. There's a connection there. There's a power behind 3. So they like to take things that are good and put a negative spin on it. And that creates a divide and fear. And that's the reality of it. Oh, thank you, Amy. If you guys remember on the last live, I did a message for Amy or a healing, Amy H, and her dog had died. Her dog had passed away. And so I'm still sending you so much love for that. And as I channeled her dog, I saw a black and white cat rubbing up on her dog. And Amy H is just saying she wanted everyone to know that I was right. They did get the black and white cat. Oh, that's so cute and so sweet. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely think that's going to help fill that void. There's some kind of connection between that cat and your dog. And so pay attention to that cat also looking off into the distance at nothing or paying attention to something that you think is not there. It might give you an inclination to try and tune in as well. Okay. That's so cool. Thank you for sharing that. You guys, sometimes I've thought about like if any of you would be willing to go on a live with me and talk about some of the experiences that you've had with your awakening journey over this last year, that we've seen and you've been through with me, and just not in the intention of selling me, but in the intention of waking people up. Yeah, that's so awesome. Yay, Amy. Yeah, hopefully that helps a lot. So if you guys are interested, let me know. We would do it like a Zoom thing, like I did when I gave away the deck of cards. And by the way, you guys, I've got some new things coming in the works that are kind of nudging me. It's nudging me. And I'm like, really? You're going to give me ideas now? How the hell am I going to have time to do a course now? Like, what else? But it's there. So I'm going to start putting things together as far as that goes as well. What I'm kind of seeing, you guys, because I feel like I'm safe in sharing this with you, because I don't think there's anybody that could really do it authentically without lying through their ass at this point. There might be one person like across the world, right? What I think I'm going to do is like a health thing. It's like a monthly health thing. You have an option. It's like almost the wellness plan type of a thing where you get your own personal soaps, because I make soaps now. You get your own personal healing candle and personal stones. Healing sessions. You will get 4 healing sessions with me. And this is already in the works. It's already being created. And mind you, I have patented a lot of things. And so I'm not really too worried about that. Yeah. Bye, Kathleen. And so that's coming. I thought that was really cool. I don't know how exactly I'm going to make it. I want to make it pretty affordable, something easy to do that everybody can have, because that's true health right there, right? You can actually tune in, see exactly what you need, diet every which way you can think of. I do it. And so that's coming. Okay. Going to be really cool. Jacinth would be willing to go live with me. Oh, so yay. Thank you, Jacinth. I got number 1. Cool. If you do it, you guys, there might be a little free 30-minute healing session in it for you as well. So keep that in mind. Not that I feel like I need to bribe you to do it. I just feel like I love to give and take as well. So it could be a good exchange for you and for me. Sweet. Amy H would be here. Okay, cool. I've got 3 of you, Amy H, Amy D, and Jacinth so far would be willing to do that. That would be really awesome, you guys. And I'd kind of like to do it, like all around thing. And we don't really have to meet for it unless you'd like to, because I don't like to make things up. I like them to be authentically true to the conversation and things, just like I do my healings. I'm really bad when I do my healings, you guys. I realized this weekend. Tell me if it's okay that I do this. I get on, and granted, a lot of my customers are return customers. I can't over the last 2 years. And so it's probably okay because they learn who I am. But I go into a session and I'm just like, okay, here's the thing. I don't ask questions. I'm this, that, and the other. And I go, boom. And I just run with it and everything comes out. And then it's at the very end. I'm like, okay, got any questions? And I'm like, yeah, it was already answered. Donita too. Sweet. All right. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of you, right? 2 Amy's, Jacinth and Donita. Woo! Roger, what do you want? You didn't do any of my things with me. You silly goose. You can't. And Roger, I don't know what's going on with you. I'm sorry if you can't tell. I don't know what's going on. You blocked me on Messenger. Something happened there. And I don't know if it's 2 people going on here or what's up, but it's a little weird. So I'm just going to oust it to see if we can't clear the air with it. But that would be so cool. What do you want to do, Judge? Roger, you didn't do any of my things with me. So Amy H, Amy D, Jacinth, Donita have all done probably 90% of my workshops and things like that, and had many, many healing sessions, and actually have the essence to talk about, right? Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, but I appreciate the gesture. But yeah, I just want somebody with the meat. I want to have a good conversation. Because I feel like YouTube is just weird that way, jumping from Facebook to YouTube like I did. And I've been looking at the YouTube aspect. It's like, Spirit really wanted me here. I'm supposed to be here. And how stupid that I always talk about it, right? Just got to find fun. So that's kind of my goal. It's just really about fun, having good conversations. I'd love to bring you guys up here with me and give some good camaraderie, some good just social aspect of it. I feel like YouTube kind of sucks for that. And everybody else does it. So why can't I? And you would be the guest that I would want, right? Right now. I don't need any other person trying to say, yes, this is what's called. Blah, blah, blah. We don't need that necessarily. Other than good stuff that comes out. I feel like there's healing messages in there that'll come. All right, so 2 quick healings. Let's go. Who's up? That's probably about all I could do. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm lame, old, tired. Not to mention I'm working like that. I'm working out too. Starting to lose the weight, but that's hurting. I ain't gonna lie, I'm hurting. I'm literally hurting. Blah. Trying to massage my own feet up in here. Does anybody want a little healing? Does anybody need any healing? I mean, if not, we're all good. I like to save it for the end. I can definitely do some patron healing for any of my patrons that need any. Yeah. I don't know if there's a delay or something happened, but I'm not seeing any messages. I will wait a little bit for the delay. Okay. Donita, you're up. Jacinth, yes, we could do it through Zoom Live. Yep. Jacinth, yes. I was thinking that too. Like we could have all of us up. Maybe we can do it like all at one time and just kind of do it that way. Just like we do in the workshops through Zoom. We can do it on live through the YouTube. Yes, ma'am. So Donita would like she could use a little bit of a healing. All right. You're first, sweetheart. It's super hot in here. Somebody's sweating. It's totally gross. Well, whatever that was, I unblocked you and have you with an awesome team. Okay, so I was just making sure it wasn't 2 people I was dealing with here. I'm just saying, So I'm stopping Messenger a little bit too because of that situation. So just so you all kind of know. All right, Jacinth and Donita. We are up. Let's do this. Donita, I'm tuning in. It was kind of both of you were like, Baba, I feel like you both need stuff. Really, truly, you do. So it's no coincidence that you're both up needing some today. I'm like, wait, I'm getting both of you, so forgive me. Like, I can only deliver one at a time here. What the heck is going on? And look, I'm already releasing. Donita, for you, it's all about the comfort zone, and I want you stepping outside of your comfort zone, okay? It's a necessity, just a little bit. And this is because your comfort zone is so small and it's keeping your energy small. It's keeping your movements small. It's keeping you limited in meeting people small. And they're kind of wanting you to step outside of that comfort zone. And I hear like, what way? Like which way? And they're saying every way. So just in little ways, like with our conversations with people, with who we allow ourselves to come into contact with. That's on a physical aspect. That's where we're starting. All right. I got acid reflux. I'm hearing right away. Oh, Donita. Okay. Your pH again is off a little bit. Something about alkaline. Try alkaline water. Which I can see that happening. That's been coming up for me as well. There's something to do with our water, you guys. I don't know what all it is. And the fact that it's a common thing coming up in all my healing sessions is leading to me to believe it's a very big issue with the water supply, where it comes from and what the hell they put in it. Okay. So that's coming up here. You're high in lead, Donita, is what I'm hearing. I'm looking at you like silver. Excuse me. You're high in lead. I hope you can hear me as I'm releasing. Donita, for whatever reason, they want you to tune into Myanmar. You did my workshop, right? There's something going on there with Myanmar. What the heck is going on there? I keep hearing Myanmar, and I'm not kidding you. As I'm tuning into it in your energy, Myanmar pyramid is going like this. All right, so basically like an ascension thing going on. It's tied into your heart space. Sirius B connection. There's definitely something going on here, okay? If I were you, I would literally set the intention to sit in Myanmar for like a week. I don't care if you get a visual. I don't care how it works out. I don't care anything. Okay? You used to, so I would buy that again. Okay? And I feel like that's what the acid reflux is probably tied into, Donita. Absolutely. It's very validating for you. So please don't do Tums. Don't do Tums. Don't do Tums because you're thinning the lining of your stomach. I'm not sure you have much of one left. And I think we may have had this conversation before. I'm not sure, but it seems like familiar territory with you. But yeah, the stomach lining. So please don't do Tums. I would definitely, and that would make sense to why water alkaline came through. Okay. Don't do lemons either. I would try to stay away from acidic things as well for a little while. It's almost like needing to do a reset. Okay. So Spirit is saying, Donnie, that you need like a bland diet. That doesn't mean engulf yourself in the bread type thing. I feel like gluten might be an issue if you did that. Just things that don't have a lot to them. Celery is one thing. Okay. Asparagus, I feel like, is another one. And you can add a tiny bit of garlic. So it's like being mindful with our eating. How many layers in the food do you want? You want a minimal of maybe 3. Does this make sense? Okay, Myanmar, Series B, no Tums. Yep, you got it. But does all this make sense with the healing? It's starting to fade. I don't even remember what I said as I said that. Okay, so I got to go back in because it's fading. I don't remember what I said. I hope you got it all. All right, Donita. We got to do a little decalcification on your third eye. I feel like there is 3 different medication sources here now. So if you're willing and able, my Pleiadian friend would like to step forward and help me in this process for whatever reason. I see the blue light already gearing forth. Okay. Yes, the food, no citrus. Okay. There's 3 medications that she's trying to like pull out of your source. I feel like one is like almost like an animal tranquilizer. Yes, please. Okay. Did you have an animal tranquilizer? It's almost like somebody shot you in the ass with a tranquilizer. Holy crap, Donita. I feel like that was major. Whoa. All right. It affected your thyroid. Big time. I would recommend, we don't go against free will. You can have all the damn tranquilizers you want, or whatever this was. It was as strong as a horse tranquilizer. It almost killed your thyroid. I would think your thyroid is like tired. You need to give it time and space. I would recommend that everything is through free will, but this one's like hurts. From surgery, probably. Oh, gosh. Okay. Watch your thyroid, please, Donita. You need to treat it like it's fragile, like it's glass. Even though I'm healing it today, you need to baby it, okay? It's like so thin is how I would state it. It's like do they ever have situations where they remove your thyroid? Like that would be the next level, right? Where they would have gone to. So you just need to be very careful with your thyroid, okay? And that's why I also think the alkaline water thing is also coming into play. That makes a lot of sense, okay? Watch your electrolyte intake. You need some electrolytes as well. Gatorade, I don't like as much as I do Pedialyte. I don't care how old we are, right? We can do some Pedialyte. It'll give you exactly what you need. Okay, and that will help with some headaches or the pressure in the head. Okay, and then we're finishing the decalcification. Your thyroid is going into a light body. Okay, but really be careful with it. Like you need to be gentle with it. Okay, treat it like a baby, like it's just been reborn, because it has. Excuse me. Okay, Donita. I don't know what it was. If you had surgery, I would say it's probably from that. Didn't you have surgery? I don't know. I can only give you what I say. Look through your things, see what they've given you. Okay. All right. You're so welcome. That was like crazy. Hopefully you remember everything. I'm glad these are recorded because I'm already forgetting it, but I feel like it was very important, Anita. Okay. And I'm full of tears. Give me just a second. I don't have tissues. And I'm so hot too. Holy heck. All right, Jacinth, you're up. If you can hear me, let me know your connection is clear. I hope. Ugh, that always makes me feel like gross. Like I just went through a trench. Donita, it's like a horse tranquilizer. I'm not kidding you. I don't know what they gave you. And it doesn't have to be something you took yesterday for it to be in our system like that. Look into it. It probably had to do with surgery, something they knocked you out with. I don't know if anesthesia would appear that way. I don't know, right? I haven't done like 1,000 ones of people who've had surgeries necessarily, or where that's an issue, because each one is independent. Like with Pamela's mom, she's had a lot of work. But hers was totally different, right? I had to fix some heart machine thing. So I don't know, but I believe in what I get. And so I'm sure there's evidence somewhere. But I'd be like weary. Like, what the hell are you guys giving me? But again, the side effects are always in fine print. That's what it is. Okay. Connection is steady now. Clear. All right. Good. Hopefully it doesn't break up. Jacinth. Do you have a specific that you want, or do you want me to just run with it? That was my burp. Excuse me. That was a real burp. Excuse me. General Jacinth. I feel like there's a question. Although if I do general, I'm sure we'll probably answer it. I have no tissues. Forgive me. Okay, your connection was clear. There must still be a delay in your commenting. If I don't have an answer within a momentos, I will just go so I can be done and be mom still. My third job, be mommy. Not mommy and daddy. I'm mommy. All right, Jacinth. I am just going to run with it. I just know that if your connection's broken up, I'm sure you're going to receive. So again, stop thinking about it. I feel like I feel like you've got to get off the rails. They're trying to derail you. Okay. They're trying to get you off the rails of your normal thinking. Run with it. Okay, perfect. You got to stop thinking. Okay. Your expectations are also quite high, and I feel like they're unrealistic. And I feel like this is relating to our kiddos. Okay. And so this is relating Spirit's messages saying, your expectations of a situation are going to prevent the highest outcome. And they're not going to be what you expect them to be. Again, it's that expectation. And so we've really got to dissolve the word expectation and look into why we have these expectations. Okay, that's number one. All right. Again, you and Donita both, as soon as I go into your energy, I'm releasing. Okay, so that tells me you guys are both releasing a lot of shiznit. Okay. However, Jacinth, I feel like you have ascended some. I don't know if you've questioned it, because I feel like you have. I feel like you've like almost said I've gotten nowhere, and that's not the case. When I tune into your energy, you're a total different person today than when I met you I don't remember, within the last year when you started doing the workshops. Your energy is totally different. You're not the same person. And so Spirit wants to know why you think you are. Spirit's putting it back on you, and they're saying it's in your hands. So that was part of your message today as well. Like, it is in your hands. It is for you to do. The key is there. You just got to stop this. Okay. You've got to stop this, and you've got to drop it. Just stop. Just stop. And nothing's going to change anything. I can tell you until I'm blue in the face. Spirit's giving you messages, Jacinth. I don't know if you're aware of that. I already know you're like, I can't do this. I'm not receiving. I don't do it this way. I don't do it that way. Stop it. That's the only thing blocking it. And so I want you to start channel writing. It is time for you to start channel writing. Okay? Let me know you've gotten all of that so far. Spirit really wants you to start channel writing. There's a message for you in that. And you don't have to get it from me. It's literally asking and being open and allowing it to flow. But if you're thinking it's not going to flow, this is your challenge. This is your test. This is part of your next step up. If you were the same person a year ago, you wouldn't be here today. Does that make sense to you? That is the message you needed. Okay. For some reason, you're not grounded. Let me know you're with me. When I tune into your energy, you're not grounded. It's almost like this new energy with I almost thought it was the Egyptian connection, but I don't think so. I think it's the Atlantic connection you're not familiar with. It's like a foreign body. And we're going to meet with this a lot, you guys. If you become healers, which all of you are and you will, okay, as you become healers and you start, or if you already are and you start going into other people's energy, you're going to notice this a lot. It's going to be like a struggle with grounding at times, okay? And it's not necessarily a struggle. It's like a newness, like a foreign body. And that it's either Atlantic or Egyptian, or right, it's going to be because of something. And so the key will be finding out or tuning into how to get that connection to read each other. Does that make sense, you guys? I feel like this is a multiple people message. How do I channel right? Okay. You're already thinking about it. So I want you to grab a pen and a paper, and I want you to just focus on your heart space. Call on Sandalphon, call on whatever angel you want to call on, because this is going to take the power out of you, because I know you. I don't know you, but I'm in your energy, and I can tell you what your energy is telling me. And your energy is telling me that you like control, right? You love that control. You've got to be in control every step in every way, and that's going to stop it, all right? So if you let that control go and you give it to another being, yeah, no, you're not grounded, because it's the Atlantic connection. So we're going to see why. But if you give it to another being, that's going to help. Okay. Does that make sense, Jacinth? So call on whatever being you wish to call on the fairies, call on the angels, have them help you connect your heart space. And then just ask and receive. Every time I've delivered a message, you want to know what I say? Spirit, what do they need to hear? Or what do I need to hear? What do I need to know right now? A lot of people get way deeper into it, right? Like, what do I need for this? Where do I need to do that? Spirit will only give you so much. They cannot control your life descent, okay? It's on you. And what Spirit is trying to say to you right now is it is time for you to take that control and know that the control is within you. And there's some weird thing where you've got to like put it out, and that's the only way you'll allow to receive. Does all this make sense? Which is also why you're not grounding. Because if we're waiting on somebody else to help us, you've got to master that. It's about mastering your connection of your thought processes. I've given you all the tools you need. You have all the tools you need. You're not missing any tools in your bag. They're just not up here. They're in here. All right? So now we're going to tune in and get you grounded. Channel writing. You'll know when you're channel writing because it flows. All right. It flows. I don't think about it. I just go. If I stopped and thought about it, it would stop the whole damn process. You can tell. You'll be able to tell once you start doing it. Until you do it, I can't tell you how it's going to feel because that's not in here. Okay. And it's different for everybody. You can even look at some of my channel writings. Some of them were crazy. Like when I was talking in the beginning, channeling, I would just sit there and like draw arrows. It was like this weird drawing. And so it's the action. Okay. It brings about channeling. Okay. But you can't do that if you're in here. You got to let it flow on the pen. Ask and allow it to flow on the pen. And you'll see different handwritings. You'll see different things. And here's the kicker. You won't know what it says until you read the damn thing. You won't fully know what it says until you read it. That's how you know your channel writing. Well, I didn't look into that at all. That's a total different healing aspect. No. I do remember one point this came up in the past, and there was something in there for you as well. So again, it's like, I feel like, okay. First of all, Jacinth, put a little apple cider vinegar in your shampoo and conditioner. Okay, let's start there. A little bit in both. Let's tune in and see what the inside says, because this is usually a sign that something is imbalanced on the inside. All right. You said run with it. Now you're throwing this at me? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Try apple cider vinegar in your shampoo and conditioner. I mean, if I tell you, are you going to change anything? Because if I tell you, it's like a few different things causing it, you're gonna have to like change those things. Okay. One is in yeah. I'm not sure you're ready for it. That's up to you, right? I can only give what I can give. It's up to you to receive it. Until you can listen to your body, it's going to keep occurring. And that's what Spirit is telling me. Okay. It's like a detachment from source. It's our body's way of telling us something. And it's not an easy thing to do. I'll give you that. It's not. Try apple cider vinegar in your shampoo and conditioner. It doesn't necessarily matter what shampoo and conditioner we use as far as putting that in there. It's fine. I would also look into changing all of the products that you use. There is a chemical within that, but it's a familiar chemical. So it's in your little one. This is why I said I'm not sure you're really ready, because it's like a trifecta. It's in your laundry detergent. It's in the foods that you're eating. Because it comes from an internal source, right? And it's also associated with your liver. Okay. So I can do a liver cleanse. Sorry, I changed my mind. But I can do a liver cleanse, but you're going to have to pay attention. There is a chemical, and it's a familiar chemical. So I don't know if it's the same exact one, but it's related within each one. And I want to say it starts with a T, like trifectaline, something or other, galine. And I can't, it's kind of fuzzy in the middle, but it's a longer chemical. It's a longer word. Okay. And it's very similar in all of these things. It's in the dang foods that you're eating, something to do with some foods that you're eating. I want to say beans, but I'm not exactly sure. I do keep leaning towards some kind of beans that you're eating that is associated with. I don't know all of that, but it is the case. If you do a little research, you're going to see it. And I think that you need to, otherwise I would be able to do it for you. And then there's something to do with your liver. Okay, so I'm going to cleanse out your liver, and the rest you're going to have to do. That way it doesn't keep reoccurring. And then really start working on that dropping out of your head space. Okay. And I feel like the liver thing has to do with certain medications at one point, which causes damage, which causes us to have certain reactions to certain things that we're taking, eating, have exposure to, that maybe at one point in our life didn't bother us. Okay. And I feel like this is true for our thyroid as well. Right. So I'm going to go into your liver. Triglycerides is also coming up as I go into there. They're high. Okay. And then what I'm also seeing, Jacinth, is your vitamin intake is off. So I said vitamin D, but it's also with an absorption thing. Okay. So it's an inability to absorb. This is tied to your liver and a little bit of your lining of your intestinal wall. There's a part of your lower lining of your intestinal wall that is thicker than the rest of it. Okay. And it's kind of like a shaving off. It's like a shaving off, but you're not going to feel too great for a couple of days. It's going to change your BMs. Okay. It's like a shaving off. All right. And it's just going to be a little crampy. Okay. So with doing that, you need to try to take more vitamins, but a balance, not just one. I could sit here and tell you vitamin D until I'm blue in the face, but you need a balance of them all because they haven't been absorbed. And now we're going back to your liver. Triglycerides, again, it's like I don't know if it's overproducing these here. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I go into your liver, I hear triglycerides. It's like blah blah, like so many. I'm blowing up. I'm irritated and I'm like overacting. And I don't know if you can see it in your urine. I don't know because I'm not sure, but for some reason I'm drawn there. You might actually notice different colors and odors as well. This is all tied in. Okay. All right. So I'm doing a bit of a cleanse on the liver and it doesn't feel so good. Like I don't feel so good. Like I don't feel so good. It doesn't feel so good as I'm doing it. It's like I'm scraping off of the liver. Almost like when they burn off those top layers of the cervix and things of that nature. It's like I'm literally taking like a hot fork and just burning off the top of the inside layer of your liver. Like I really have to like take all of that out of there. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling into. It's like this. I'm sorry. I'm giving you what I get. It's like a nasty dark gooey meat with like a tinge of like this nasty like mucousy layer on it. Not healthy. Okay. I feel like this was damaged. This is not something you were born with. This is not something you were predispositioned to have. This has to do with medication based is what I really do feel, as well as some other things that play into it, right? Our liver is a filter. It's gross. And like, I'm like peeling all of that. I stay here until it's done, but my liver is starting to feel better. So the cramping is starting to go away. And now I'm drawn again to your lower intestines, Jacinth. Please watch your diet. Don't eat anything that's going to stop you up. So you don't want to have anything that's going to create big poops. Sorry, that's what I thought in my head was that little kid said, big poop. It was from a movie. My bad. Don't listen to me. You don't want anything that's going to have, to create that. You want to be able to flow easy. I know we're on a live, and please forgive me. I can only give you what you ask for. And sometimes what we ask for is layered. Okay? And again, you can keep thinking about this. It's like when you want to lose weight. You can't go, I want to be 20 pounds lighter, and then the next day, you guys, I'm working my ass off and it hurts and you don't notice any changes. And then all of a sudden, it's just once you're not paying attention, you'll notice those changes. What's the key? Not paying attention. Okay? Stop thinking so much about it. Take the advice I gave you. It's on recording here, thank goodness, because I'm already losing everything. I'm forgetting everything as I'm going. So I'm already being done in your lower intestines. They are like, they're like cleansed. It's kind of like the same kind of a scraping, just not as intense. Your liver was in definite need of some repair, and something with the triglycerides. They're very high. It's like high production. All right, please take vitamins. This is going to help your skin start to heal. So it's not going to be cleared tomorrow, but I would give it 3 weeks. I would give it 3 months, and you're going to see it doesn't come back. But again, okay, so try to change the products you're using, but in the meantime, you don't have to change them. Put a little apple cider vinegar in your shampoo and conditioner. You are going to notice a difference. It cures scalp issues, I promise you. It's usually a pH imbalance at the very least. Okay, not something we have to take some other kind of chemical that's going to block some other receptor that causes our body to ooze somewhere else. That's so totally gross, but it makes a lot of sense as I'm there. Be kind to your kidneys and liver. I would look into kidney juices. So things like celery juice, beet juice, ginger root, more in your diet as well. Okay, holy shit, this went way far and I. Aww. Yep, she had discomfort in her internals just now as I was doing that. You're so very welcome. Do not freak out when you see differences in your urination, your BMs. Please be mindful. I'm not kidding you. Be mindful of these areas, or it's not going to feel so well. Okay, you really did have a deep healing. Drink lots of water. Stay away from the lemon. You don't need anything acidic either. Something with the triglycerides, okay? So that's why it's super important to really kind of watch your diet right now. Just keep it neutral. Keep it neutral. Watch your sugars. All right? So much love. That took the stuffing out of my insides, I'll tell you. And I went a little bit longer than I planned. But I love it. Spirit always does what we need. Okay, so somebody needed that. You guys got all what you needed. So much love. I will try to be of better energy on my next live. Hopefully this weekend. I'm going to be kid-free this week. I have no kids this weekend. Kid-free this weekend. So hopefully I could do a really good live, okay? Good. Amy D says she resonated with and needed to hear all the messages tonight. Good deal. So awesome. It was so good, you guys. And just be ready, right? Like I said, Colorado is becoming open now. No more mask mandate. We don't have to so many people in a room anymore. It is so nice. The shifts are happening. Just be open. Don't try to control when. Just try to immerse yourself in that energy. Okay? No matter where you are. That's what I'm doing. So much love to all of you. You're so welcome. Donita, I love those beautiful flowers. Thank you. So much love. I will see all of you soon. Thanks for joining me. This was a kicky ass live, in my opinion, but I'm biased. So, basta. Until next time. All right. You guys, there's always advice in everything I say. So just be open. Take what resonates. You are right where you're supposed to be. Hasta la vista, baby. Bye. Bye. Sorry, that's one of the kids' sounds at my center. That's exactly how she says it. Bye. I love it. See you later.